of all, just compliment everybody. I mean, you have people in Arizona, and now we have Mother. Her ashes are up farther, where she liked bears and where I killed the bear some years ago. So her ashes are up there. And now you have one daughter and one son that have asked for this experience to be brought in on a horse and to be able to have their ashes put up here where they knew people would take care of it and care for them and show them this respect and honor. So we want to thank Cody for his willingness to do what he's doing. And so that's a compliment to all of you, because look who they've asked and you get to be a part of. Kind of different that we're used to. Not Dane, he's had everything that can happen go. But anyway, what we'd like to do is go around and just have everybody share an experience about Matt. I'll share with one. He used to come up, and his big thing, they would stay at the Silver Stream Lodge, is when his mother, and sometimes he'd stay longer. But he would always take what's those books that Louis L'Amour books. He would take his cowboy hat, his cowboy boots. He would climb up on the ridge above the Silver Stream, and he would spend all day just reading Louis L'Amour books in Wyoming. And being here, and that was what he found great pleasure in doing. And then he would come back in the evening, get in his room, and go to bed. And so that's some of the memories I have of him. He loved Louis L'Amour. He loved the Western style, and to be able to read about it. Do you want to share something, Jenny? Or do you want to wait?
I can. So I liked what you said in your prayer, Hannah, about Matt's heart. Matt had a really soft heart. I can remember when I was a young girl, and I can remember a few things. I can remember beating him up and throwing him over the coffee table when he bugged me. But the thing I remember about him was I had a dog and named Bear, and I loved that dog. And Matt was with Bear out by the road, and Bear got hit by a car. And Matt was so worried and upset about that dog, and worried that what I would feel about poor Bear, that he actually tried to give that dog mouth-to-mouth resuscitation and stayed and held Bear until Bear passed away. He had a really soft heart. He and Mary were best friends, and he was Mother's favorite, her little boy. Matt, for those of you who didn't know, Matt couldn't hear. Matt was born partially deaf, and so Mom took him to get speech pathology and things like that. And he loved baseball, and you'll find out that's why we're going to do some stuff with baseball. He loved baseball, and he loved softball as he got older. And I love Matt.
The cameras? I remember Matt. So we would invite, when we lived in Arizona, we would invite Matt to all the kids' birthday parties. Anytime we had something family, we'd always invite Matt, and he showed up. And that's another thing I loved about him, is because half the time, was he not all there? 100% of the time, actually. But he showed up because he cared. And he probably said, well, every time, probably like 5 words max. And I just remember one time, I told this already, but he looked at my kids, and he looked at me, and he looked at my kids again, and then he looked at Logan, and then he looked at my kids, and he goes, "You did that?" I was like, yes, I did do that. And he loved the kids. He always like, "Well, that's a little, Mama, that's this and this." And then that's it. That's all the conversation we had every time he would come over. But he did show up, and that was always kind to see him and Terry. I love that he brought Terry into our lives. Terry is just one of my favorites. So anyway, Matt was just good.
We'll miss Terry too.
Yes, very much so. But.
Me? Sure. So when we were young, he used to get a convertible. Justin remembers this. And he'd want to take us on a little road trip, and he'd always eat sunflower seeds because he loved baseball and stuff so much, but he wouldn't let me eat the sunflower seeds. He was afraid I'd make a mess, but he was okay with Justin eating them. And then I'd be in the back, and if there was a mess, even though I didn't touch them, I got in trouble. Yeah. But what I really enjoyed about Uncle Matt, he was pretty loyal to us. He was very loyal to us nephews and nieces, and we got to know Matt a lot better when we had the Utah Blaze, and he became our biggest fan. He was our super fan. He tracked, he knew all the stats, he knew everything. And when we went to play in the semifinals, we took that team. They were the very worst in the league, and we took them to one of the best, but it was down in Arizona, and I thought, boy, this will be interesting. See if he cheers for the Utah Blaze, or if he cheers for the Arizona Rattlers. And he was all Blaze, wasn't he, Justin? At the end of the game, there was a call at the very end, and we ended up getting beat with 8 seconds left. And Matt looked at Justin, and I says, well, and the coaches from the Rattlers came over and started talking smack to us, And Uncle Matt was ready for a fight. So he said, let's go fight them. And anyway, I think they're all distracted. I don't know that they're listening, but anyway, it was cool. It was really, really fun.
I was gonna bring up.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
The cows are coming down.
Oh, the cows. Do you want a video of the cows?
I'll go scare them if that's what we're doing.
All right, let's see this real fast.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Mom. Oh, I was gonna say the same thing. Is that Uncle Matt rented a convertible when we were little, and we thought that was cool. And I've actually never ridden in one since. But I remember going to the drive-in, and our hair was flying everywhere, and we had ice cream everywhere. It was one of my favorite memories with Uncle Matt. And I always remember how kind and gentle he was, always, anytime I'd see him.
So whose shake was it that blew out?
I think it was yours.
Was it mine?
After it covered us, and then it went out the
Because
window.
you said, be careful, and then it went,
I think
but was it mine?
I think so. We were in the back, and Mary and Matt were in the front. It was the two of us, and it went all over.
I think the same thing. Like, he always checked in on my kids and wanted to know how everyone was doing. And just, I wasn't there for the riding of the truck experience, but someone needs to share that.
Oh, yes.
I'm shocked that wasn't my first memory. Oh, that was a great one.
It was. Glad we're all. Oh, yeah.
Oh, am I? Yeah, it's your turn. Oh. Well, I'm going to tell you a couple things that I know made me the favorite.
About the Bachelor House.
Well, that too.
Okay,
You tell.
okay.
Gosh, there's another. I can't even think how many things I need to share
For being
Share them all.
about being the favorite.
Yeah, right. I'm behind the camera for a reason. I know the truth.
Anyways, Mom, will you tell that story? Because I don't know it all the way.
So I'm sitting down.
I got you.
Okay, when Melissa was born, she was the first grandchild, and Matt was working at the Basha warehouse. And when I called and told him that Melissa had been born, he got over the loudspeaker at the Basha warehouse, the 20,000 square foot or 60,000 square foot or however many square foot, the big Basha warehouse with all those workers, and announced that he was an uncle.
That's
That he was an uncle, that his niece had been born.
Yeah, and one of the things that kind of go with that, he bought some bonds for me when I was born. Do you remember that? Yeah. And I was able to use them in college when I really needed them. So, but then also when Spencer was born, he was super excited about that. And we would meet at the Minneapolis airport when I had layovers. And he would, without fail, bring a gift for Spencer every time. So he brought a Tigger VHS, and Spencer watched it probably, I don't even know, 500 times probably. So anyways, and he would stay my whole layover with me and make sure I was good. And then if he could. If he had to work, then he would move on. But usually he would stay the whole time with me and play with Spencer. So.
Anybody else?
No, but we probably should share the story of you, Mom. How was your experience driving on the freeway in the back of a truck with Matt?
Well, maybe you girls better tell it. You were better witnesses than I was.
Inside of the truck.
This was a recent,
and Jan, the mom, that needs
but this was a recent thing too.
Oh yes, just 3 years ago.
So we were at a hotel and we were going to go over to Matt and Terry's house. They lived, I don't know how far from the hotel.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was only like
7
7 miles. Yep.
And they said, "Oh no, don't worry about getting an Uber. We've got a car. We'll come over." Well, it turns out it was a little
2-door truck.
The tiniest.
a little tiny truck. It did have two.
It was only a 2-door truck.
Did it have just one seat or two?
Oh yeah, no, it was just one seat. So in the front, it was Terry, me, and Michelle, all squished together in the front.
Did you guys have the dogs or no?
Oh no, thank goodness we did not have the
Lots
dogs.
of dog hair.
Yes,
But then there was me and Matt. So when
and Melissa.
Well, Melissa, I'll tell you about Melissa. So, in those, back when we were kids, we all rode in the backs of the trucks all the time. Well, our kids, that's kind of a new thing, especially down in Arizona to them. But there was no room for us.
We rode all over. We didn't ride on the Arizona freeway.
Yeah, it was the interstate.
But in Arizona, I said in Arizona. So, me and Matt got in the back of the truck, and Melissa said, "My mother is not getting in the back of the truck unless I am." And so she got in the back of the truck. She was protective of her mother. Anyway.
Wait, well, really fast. I thought it was really funny because Matt got in, no questions asked. And you did look for a second, and you were like, well, if Matt's getting in, then I'm getting in.
Yes.
So it was like sisterly love, too.
Yes, and then daughterly love.
Well, I was like, oh, we're just gonna go on this little back highway.
Yeah, this back road
Nope, we get on the freeway.
on the Arizona freeway.
We were-
All of us were like,
We were.
Well, the best part is we asked, we're like, are we on the freeway? And Terry's like, oh, they'll be fine. It's only another exit. But the problem is this was where there was a break in the exit. So we drove probably 4 miles on the freeway, not necessarily just one exit down.
yeah, that was a good memory.
Oh, it was good. We got a ride home. I'll say that, though. We did get a ride home after that.
Right home. Oh yeah, we did get an Uber on the way home, but it was fun anyway.
So, one of my favorite memories of Uncle Matt was also the convertible. And when we started 2-a-day football practice as freshmen, OJ, for 3 or 4 years in a row, Uncle Matt would always pick OJ and I up from football practice. So OJ was asking me, he liked a girl in high school, and they would finish, I think it was dance practice or something at the same time, and everybody would go to the restaurant. Matt would pick us up in the convertible. So he says, I'm going to ask your Uncle Matt how to, and I'm not going to say the young lady's name on the telephone or the camera, but how to get her to like me. So, and we'll go over to the ice cream, to the Red Baron. So anyway, we get in there and he asks Uncle Matt how to do it. And Matt says, well, where's she at? And they're walking over here. He says, all you have to do is say, what's up, baby? So we pulled up and OJ says, what's up, baby? She looks at him and then just looked away, and Matt says, well, I don't think she knew you were talking to her. And so OJ says, what's up, baby? And anyway, it didn't go over very well. And I said, well, that's a pretty good conversation between Uncle Matt and OJ. I'll never forget. So, yep.
Okay. Well, you guys ready to do some ashes? Matt, oh, you got it on the film. Matt loved baseball. So as a tribute to Matt, kind of like Mary with the fireworks, we're going to send Matt off. Hopefully we won't miss with this. What is it, Justin? Every baseball game starts with 2 songs, the national anthem and, go ahead, boys. I'll stand by you.
Grandma?
Yeah, I'll stand by you.
Are you gonna sing?
Yeah, you guys are gonna sing with me.
Just scroll down like this. You ready, girl? Yeah. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. Root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out of the old ball game.
Play ball.
Don't strike out.
Dane, just do what you do when you don't fire. Drop, roll. Like, drop, roll. Chop, stop, and roll.
Oh!
Justin.
Strike one.
You said it. You got it.
Hey, look.
There you go. Good job. Thank you. Thank you, Uncle Matt.